What's up, y'all? I'm Dre Moore from More Than a Dad. For y'all guys out there that's trying to get y'all beards looking right, I came across some new products from Grizzle Teddy Company. I got two beard oils right here, two different scents. One a blue scent, one a original scent. They both smell amazing. They come in these little cool baby-proof bottles so you could get them. You know what I'm saying? We more than a dad, so this is effective. Keep your kids out your beard oil. He also got combs, two different sizes. The wide tooth, got the thin tooth, so we don't discriminate against the little beards. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's beard can't be like mine. So all my dads out there, I'm gonna need y'all to go support Grizzle Teddy Company. Groom your heart, groom your body, groom your beard. Stay well. Check out Grizzle Teddy Company beard oil.
More than a more than a
Welcome to More Than a Dad podcast. I'm your host, Dre Moore. I got my guy, Lou Mobley, here with me.
What's good?
What's good, y'all? And this is a real special episode. It's our 1 year anniversary. We've been doing this for a year, bro.
Bro, it's unbelievable, bro.
That time flew. I don't even really feel like a year.
I remember when I pitched it to you.
Yeah, I was skeptical.
I had the coercing guys.
Like you coercion and everything else. Yeah, I want to shout out Orlando, Florida. We see y'all in the download, the downloads. We appreciate the support. You know, everything has been amazing. Orlando definitely probably be a lit place to go do a tour at.
Yeah, bro. And we're going to have to hit Disney World with the kids.
I can't afford it.
Listen, bro. We on our way.
Listen, that's what they say. All right, let's jump right into it, y'all. I got a fast five for you. Where would you rather live, L.A. or New York?
I never wanted to live neither at all, but with my career what I do professionally it's like evident that I'm gonna have to be in one of them locations eventually. So I would probably pick LA. I've been to LA once this year, and the weather is, you can't beat it.
Oh yeah, true.
You know,
That's like
they both hella expensive, but like from a weather, one thing I left there thinking was like, damn, like the coldest it get is like 60 here.
right.
And it's crazy to think, like, in the Northeast, we basically live like 6-7 months a year, because when it's cold, we shut things down. We be in the house, we be in hibernation. But imagine that for 12 months, you could just basically do what you want outside.
Right, absolutely.
Like way we plan our vacations are even different because of we get 4 seasons. So imagine if you only basically had 1.5 seasons.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter?
Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings. What do you prefer when you was playing football? What did you prefer, run blocking or pass blocking?
At the time, I was just more of a gifted pass blocker with the way long arms, big behind. I could sit in my pass pro stance.
Right.
And to me, it was like, you know how like DBs are like happy to get interceptions because they could like outclass the receiver or the quarterback. Pass blocking is that to like when I had to block defensive ends and linebackers. It's like, hey, I'm as athletic as you.
Right.
I can show athleticism in pass pro. But as a grown man, like everything is run, block, wear you down, make you quit. You know what I'm saying?
True that. What you prefer, writing poetry or writing stories?
Today, I would say writing stories, because I in my head I want to like write like Toy Story and stuff. I want to write like animated movies,
right,
or TV, you know. But when I was younger, poems was just such a huge form of expression. That's how I think I became how to like storytell and conceptualize was through poems. But now I'm trying to figure out how to tell stories through like dialogue and like without saying exactly what it is, like to make the characters give you that.
True that. Aaron Rodgers or Drew Brees?
Aaron Rodgers.
Wow.
A little bit more mobility, swagger, bigger arm, one of the most gifted passers. I think Drew Brees' arm, he doesn't have the power, but he makes pretty much all the throws.
Absolutely.
And they both only got one chip, so it's actually closer than probably what people think. But I think Aaron Rodgers has more MVPs and stuff,
Yeah,
and he's probably the best Hail Mary quarterback ever.
yeah. That's only one play. But since we here, more than a dad, how's dad life?
Um, Dad life is interesting, bro. Like the more and more, like my daughter is getting bigger. I was holding her the other day, like, dang, you long, like you from my head to my waist now, like.
Right.
But she's getting big. She's coming up on 18 months. But my kids are like complete opposite. My son is like so sweet, creative, artist, love learning. He love to act, dance. Like, my son probably should be in like ballet or on Broadway or something.
Right.
And then my daughter is like rough, rugged, mean. She like the biter in her class. Also love like cleaning and shutting doors. She got like mad OCD with like closing doors and keeping things closed and clean. Sometimes I just think like, yo, what would my third child be like? Because they two extremes. Like my kids are so.
And we having more kids?
No, we're not having more kids. I'm just saying like if I had to think about it out loud, like how would my third kid be? Would they be a totally different person, or like would they be in the middle of them two kids?
Probably. I think they all a little bit different.
Yeah. How's dad life for you?
That life is cool, man. So like, Lou and Dre mom, like she going on vacation, so she gonna be gone for like a week, maybe like a little over a week, and like she just been on all of this like, like I ain't gonna say on my back, but kind of really on my back. Like, yo, you're gonna need X, Y, and Z. You're gonna have to do this, do that. I'm like, yo, I got it. I'm like, yo, we been here. Like, I got it.
You know what's funny? Like when women be talking to dad, it be like, yo, I'm not gonna kill the baby. Like the baby not gonna die on my watch. Now we're gonna do like all 100 out of 100 things you do. Cut the crust off the sandwiches and cut the fruit into stars. No, we're not doing any of that. However, when you get back, he will be in the same shape that you left him in.
That's what I was saying. She like, well, he got his moisturizers for his skin and all this. I'm like, yo, it's a week. He gonna be all right. Like, I got it.
Bro, it's cool.
Like, yo, it's insane, yo. But we take it.
Yeah, man. Let's get into what we came here to do today. 1 year anniversary, man. I just want to acknowledge some of the things we've accomplished.
Right.
Check out some of these things. We had goals coming into this. Like you remember when I pitched this to you? Like, yo, like you want to do more than a dad with me?
Yeah. I wasn't really. I told you I wasn't really with it. I'm like, man, I'm kind of just want to do something behind the scenes or something like that. He's like, no, I need you to sit down and be on camera with me.
And now you light skin. I agree with light skin.
Yo, I developed the whole personality.
Listen, bro, the people in the comments say I agree with light skin.
I agree with light skin. It's nuts.
I agree with big fella on that point. You know what I mean? That's so funny. It's I remember pitching it to you. I remember like I'll say this. Podcasting itself, you get burnt out. It's so much, whether it's editing or like the things that go wrong, even to do a show. But like having a co-host and a partner to do it with has made it easier on me. I've had shows where it was just me.
Right.
So like to be able to lean on somebody, yo, I didn't get a chance to timestamp it. Can you timestamp it before you go to bed? Or can you post this? And like somebody to kind of do it with has made it easier for me because I normally try to take it all on.
Right.
And I could say the difference between this show and other shows I've done is it's not a solo effort. It's not just my idea is the best idea. It's not, so I can appreciate the partnership in it. You know what I mean?
Right, absolutely. Yeah, like, cause it's different. It is different. It's like even from the previous show, like when we was doing that, it was just easier for me to just like do stuff behind the scenes and be hands off and be like, all right, maybe I might talk once a year.
Right.
Versus like you got to come in here and talk every day, and it's really a thing. Like people don't really understand. Like you got to be captivating every day.
Right.
You got to be able to hold a conversation amongst many topics, even when you might not have expertise in that topic. You got to still be able to speak to it. So it's a challenge in itself to just be out here and be able to speak on different topics and give your opinion and make it make sense.
Yeah, bro. It's a grind. I don't want to get into too much of the podcast grind, but I'm here to celebrate what we've built and
Right.
what we're going to continue to build upon. We're 53 episodes, so 50 plus episodes in a year. We're on Apple and Spotify every Friday,
Right.
50-week streak,
That's crazy.
and on YouTube on every Monday, 50 weeks straight. So our podcast has been played in over 20 countries, over
That's big.
350 cities worldwide. So we've been played in almost over 350.
Yo, 20 countries? That's crazy. Like,
Yeah.
we talking states.
Yeah, like, UK, a lot of places in the Caribbean, I'm guessing.
Absolutely.
Got a couple Asian countries. So yeah, man, we played a lot. Our following, when we first took over our page, it was like 1,000 followers.
Right.
We didn't increase that by 1,400, so we up to like 2380 or so.
Right.
We just started a TikTok. I was hyped the other day when I texted like, "Yo, we got 100 followers on TikTok." I was hyped that we just started this TikTok, and I've not been consistent with it. But like the last couple of weeks, I've been posting on it, and that's a whole different traction because it's not just the same people that follow us from Instagram. It's different. Same thing with I made a Facebook page for us. And I was hyped to tell you, like, yo, we got 195 people following us on Facebook. And these are the
Right.
places that we didn't exploit before. And you guys are probably thinking, like, that's not a lot. And it's like, when you find, like, you're trying to grow a following or audience, it's every single person that follow or subscribe is a big deal.
Absolutely.
You're asking people to tap in with you and keep up with your content. We have a Facebook group for More Than a Dad. It has 384 members. Shout outs to them.
Absolutely.
We tell dad jokes in there and post memes all the time. So if you want some laughs, you could go there. I started fishing this summer. I incorporated that into More Than a Dad because I found that a lot of times I was out on the water, it was dads there with their kids or other people who were just dads trying to get away from the wife and kids. So on the Fish Brain app, we have a More Than a Dad fishing group.
Right.
And 75 people have joined that group
Okay.
on Fishbrain. So we're growing a community there on the fishing. Our YouTube is up to 262 subscribers in 1 year with over 992 hours of watch time. So on the Fishbrain app, with all the fishing dads, we have a group on there, have 75 members for all the dads that love fishing and they fish with their kids. So we're growing a fishing community. Our YouTube is up to 262 subscribers, and we got 992 hours of watch time.
Listen, that's the thing, yo.
With your hard schedule, I thought we would do more IG lives. We've done 7 IG lives. We've done 7 guest collaborations.
Yeah, but different podcasts and different people.
So the goal was 10. We got to 7, and sometimes it's just difficult to schedule. But we've done To Each His Own podcast. They've done our podcast. We've done their podcast. We've done Mama Life podcast, Cozy Womb podcast, How to Hustle podcast. We've done Sisters with Agenda, and we collaborated with Grizzle Teddy on Father's Week. We also received our first sponsor.
Shout out to the Grizzle Teddy Company.
Shout out Grizzle Teddy Company. We've recorded at 2 different studios. We started off at INR Studios. Now we're at Rec Philly. We was able to do 1 dad link for Father's Day. And we had so many guests. We had 27 guests this year, ranging from my wife, Mill, Lauren, Tone, Seth, Blackie Chad, Brandon, Hug, Dit, Maul Wilson, Kadeem, The Jock, Ooze, Ricky Chase the Green, Cree Forge, T-Bart, Shonda, To Each His Own podcast, Malcolm Taylor, Mel, Mark Quan, Peasy, Talbert, Khalif Wyatt, Tor, Donovan, Issa. So, and then we shot 23 solos. We sold over 100 More Than a Dad hoodies. It's just been, listen, like,
You got the numbers.
listen, I've never, and the funny thing is, like, to go write them all down, it just all made me smile. Like, and it's just, to me, it's just what year 1 looked like. We'll be able to compare in year 2, where we grew at, where we didn't, where the focus went. Everybody that ever helped with the podcast, AJ, Sasha, Lamont, Damir, even guys like Blackie Chad who, pointing us in the right direction with equipment and guests sometimes. J.O. with the cover art, C's for the logo.
Absolutely.
Everybody that, ever bought a hoodie, ever listened, ever shared, we appreciate it. This year it doesn't really happen without you. Sometimes it's a text or it's a DM and it's like, man, I don't feel like doing this, or, I got other stuff going on. But somebody might say, man, this week episode was crazy, man. Y'all holding it down. This is my real life.
That's a fact. We get that a lot.
and the minute you get a little low on it, you get back to like, I gotta do it.
Right. No, that's right.
I sometimes I feel like this obligation of like we can't miss. Like
we can't. Sometimes we the voice of the people who don't have voices. Well, people be looking at that. I get that a lot. Like especially like when I'm out and people talking about the pod or doing something like that. Like it's just good to hear that people like, yo, I went through that same thing, or I could relate to that, or that helped me get through this. Like we definitely get that a lot, and that's like probably the biggest takeaway from it.
Yeah, I think, one little piece of advice I would give is like, don't bite off more than you could chew in podcasting. Create a schedule, routines that you can keep up with. Because this is like a long-term grind. This isn't like something that's going to blow up in the shortest amount of time. Absolutely. So you got to put yourself in a system where like I can almost do this forever.
Right, absolutely.
So how we record, when we record, we had all them people help, but now we're at a point where it's just me, Dre, and Damir.
Right.
Like, we've been able to now downsize and just put more onus on us and somehow just keep it going. Now, if it was just me, I don't want to do all 30 of these things by myself.
Facts.
I could put, I like the fact I could put 5 things on Mirror, another 12 on you, and then hold the rest. It seemed like more of a team. So,
absolutely.
Knowing your limitations and knowing, a system that you can thrive in as a podcast is important, man. So we look forward to bringing you another 50 episodes in 2023, and we're going to keep growing this thing. Hopefully we could get some more like in-person stuff, whether it's a live show or some more dad links, because I just think dads just need a community to know that there's other people like them going through similar situations, and we can be a village for each other. So that's our goal, and thank y'all for supporting us, and happy 1-year anniversary, man.
Yes, sir. Happy up, dog. Happy
we're going to give y'all some topics today. Don't want to leave y'all just with numbers and stats and facts.
Absolutely.
Dre, man, what's your thoughts on Nick Cannon expecting his 12th child by his 7th baby mom? He's now has 7 kids in the last 2 years, bro.
Yeah, I think it's nuts, bro. I think it's nuts. I think it's insane. It's no way. Especially, like, I'm not even saying, like, you can't have a large family. Large family is cool. Having 12 kids and, like, in a bunch of different households has to be impossible. It has to be. Like, and this is, like, probably, like, I wish, like, my dad was still alive to, like, asking this question. Because, like, my dad come from a real large family. So,
right.
Like, it's my dad, my Uncle Deke, my Uncle Al, my Uncle Bill, my Aunt Bert, my Aunt Rose, my Aunt Kalitha, my Aunt Sue. Did I count my dad?
No.
And it's 8 of them. So, like, in that is, like, they were, like, they all were in the same house, same mom, same dad, together. But I would love to ask him, like, like, what was those dynamics like, in those situations?
We just got to highlight the biggest difference. Like, my dad's brother had, I think, 11 or 13 kids.
Right.
Primarily by one woman. My grandma's sister, Aunt Mary, my great aunt, she had 13 kids, primarily by the same guy, same husband.
Right.
That's different. You know what I mean? You talk about if I might walk into the marriage with one kid outside of it, and then the next 12 came from me and you. I live here. I could be dad to I could be dad to all of them.
Absolutely.
Versus I'm gonna just be dad to 7 different households over 12 kids. Is nuts.
Yeah, I think it's impossible.
And
Like, that's
and to
crazy.
me, I was wondering like if the mindset is that I have enough millions that I can somehow make that a pseudo version of that. Like when I can't be there, these kids are not going without. I also thought maybe it's like my man want to probably spread his seed around. Like I just want to reproduce, and this Nick Cannon genes could just be all over the place. You know what I mean? I don't really understand the ideology. You know, how many of the babies were like on purpose versus like
Just out here, just winging it.
we just doing it and she end up
He
pregnant
got
and
too much money to just be out here winging it, bro.
it still ain't his choice if she get knocked.
That's why you gotta protect yourself. As a man, you gotta put the Jimmy on.
Yeah. When you have that many millions of dollars, I just think you kind of like live life kind of privileged. I don't know if you operating in that way, but like I'm just saying.
Normally, it's the opposite though. Normally, you want to protect your cheese.
But
So normally, like once you get to some M's, you a lot more cautious. I think you more reckless when you don't have the money when it comes to like laying down with women. I think when you get money, you're a little bit more selective on the things that you do and don't do, which includes hitting everything raw.
this is crazy, bro.
Then it's crazy that you hit everything raw, bro.
My thing is like, how do the moms feel about each other? Like, how does Mariah Carey feel about the 6 other women? Like, what kind of like, and you know how we were talking about dad other kids. He technically has dad other kids for 12 children.
Yeah, it's wild.
So my thing is like, do the women make it a thing for the kids to know they siblings? Do you acknowledge them as siblings?
It depends on the woman. It you know, all women are different. Like I've seen it from both sides, where like you know, some women that have all the kids together and they'll orchestrate that, versus like, or like he'll have to orchestrate that on his own and he'll have to navigate it. But I don't. Depends on the situation. I mean, as long as they don't really like overlap and none of them still kind of bitter and want to be with, cuz I mean, like he should probably be able to figure it out. Now, if you start getting into baby mama drama and why you over here doing this for that one and not doing this for this one, and y'all might have been messing around at the same time, then once you get into those situations, then they get a little different.
It must be some hidden agenda that we don't know about, bro. Like, what is his ideology?
Like, what's his end game? Like,
Yeah,
what's
like
the
what's
goal
the
of
yeah,
this?
like isn't generational wealth is when you're able to like pass it to like few offsprings and they just have more to divide it among each other. Like dividing however much he worth by 12 ain't the same as dividing it by 4 or 3.
Yeah, it's definitely starting to get stretched in. But I guess, you know, I mean, when you operating at that level, you probably think it don't ever run out.
Right.
So, and, you know, he's a talented guy, so I'm sure he probably figured I could come up with something that's going to put money in my pocket to be able to afford to take care of him.
Yeah.
But it's more, to me, it's more so like the time thing, like what you actually able to do and spend. Because outside of that, like he's in the entertainment industry. It's not like, yo, he go work at Pepsi. So it's not like I just get up and I go do a 9 to 5 and I come home. He in the entertainment industry, so he traveling, he on the road, he back and forth, he's doing this, he has different engagements. Is your lifestyle is already different. You already stretched thin. We already see that as a thing in the entertainment world, that like it's hard for you to be around and actually be there when you want to be there, because you might have to tour, or you might have to do something, you might have different engagements in different places, and especially if these kids don't all live in the same city as you. So it's not even like, oh, they all live in LA, so when I touch back down in LA, I'm gonna get them all together. Like, what if I get back home to LA or wherever? I don't know where he lives, but for let's just say LA, just to say it, I get back home to LA and your kid live in Houston, and then you have a kid live in Atlanta, and you have a kid live in New York. Then what?
He gonna go pick them all up on a school bus. Like what car got 12? They gonna have 12 passenger van?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
But he gonna pimp out a 12 passenger van to go pick up the
He
kids.
probably, I hope.
He might have like had to pull up in an RV or something.
Did something crazy. That's what I'm saying. Like it just depends on the amount of time that you probably able to dedicate and actually do these things, and then like be hands on when certain situations arise. Like even in that, like I talk to you all the time about like the availability to be present when something is happening when it comes to your children, and as they get older, that's more important. So like even with like Lil Dre, like he don't live with me, but I see him all the time enough where like I could pick up on everything that's going on with him. Now, if I seen him far and few in between, like I seen him once a month, it's 30 days in between that. So
Right.
what I'm a miss something. So like if I pick you up, let's just to keep it consistent. Say I picked you up every month on the 10th, right? You get in trouble or do something or something happens with you on the 15th when you with your mom, but I'm not about to see you till the 10th of the next month. How am I then useful? How am I then helpful? How can I even guide you through something? Because by the time I see you again and we actually sit down and talk about it, it's long gone. It's already passed.
Or
So
or the child had to deal with it himself
right. So like
or elsewhere.
exactly. So those things get missed. So it's just like if they're not all together and it's just too much. It's just too stretched in, bro. It's impossible. It's humanly impossible for you to do that.
And like I just want to reiterate, it's different if you had 12 kids in house.
Yeah, cause I'm gonna see you every day. So no matter what you go through, no matter what your issues is, it's here to get dealt with. But if you're not here, then we got to get creative and do something different.
I would love, Nick Cannon, we would love to talk about this. You know, I don't want to just critique you.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
if you got some type of agenda that you ain't really putting out there, I would love to know to make sense of it all. But you know, just because we in fatherhood, I just don't see. I don't see how you can be impactful to 12 kids basically in 7 different households.
Yeah, it's impossible.
No, man, we want to thank y'all for tuning in to More Than a Dad. We want to let y'all know that we will be taking the holidays off, so you'll miss us for probably 2 to 3 weeks. We will see y'all
We'll
in
be back though.
We will be back.
Yeah, because sometimes people hit you with the we taking a break and don't never come back. You ever been in that relationship? Y'all take a break, don't come back. You know what I'm saying? We not that though.
Nah. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. We'll see y'all in 2023. More Than a Dad, we out.
We out.
Join the More Than a Dad family by following us on Instagram, subscribing to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to join our Facebook group for daily questions, motivation, dad jokes, and new dad tips. If you enjoy our podcast, please leave us a review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Be sure to like, comment, and share our content with other parents. Last but not least, make sure you check out our new merch. The link is in the bio of our Instagram as well as the description of this YouTube video. We are truly grateful and thanks for supporting More Than a Dad.
More than that. More than that.